Good morning, Terry. Miss you. Good morning, Trip. Good bud. Good morning, Natty Nat. Lost without a trace. I only see your face. But good morning, Slingy. Can't replace. Long for your embrace. Good morning, Vaggie. Boo, boo, boo. Good morning, Maddie Matt. Trippy Vic. Juicy, you belong to me. I'm a wholehearted. Every step you take. Angela Webster and Terry Newman too. Happy trippin', Vic. If you take every move you make, I'll be trippin', Vic. Watching you, watching you, watching you. Their cool factor is like over the top. That's when you want to learn how to play the trombone. Now, wait for this. Wait for this. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay. We're talking about putting spells on you, right? Talking about spells. A word having power, right? Spells. Watch this. It's the original. It's the OG. Wait for it. We had to do some research to find this. We had to do some research to find the OG Spellbinder. You guys ready? Give me 5 people say, Pops, show us the OG. Show us the OG Spellbinder. You guys aren't going to believe what the research found. Give me 5 people. I don't see 5 yet. Give me 5. Show us who the IG. Show us. Oh, you're gonna love this. Here we go. Oh, it's the OG. Here we go.
The young man I was talking about has a great blues style, plus one of the wildest singing gimmicks I've ever heard. It may not scare you, but I guarantee
It may not scare you.
you won't be going to the refrigerator.
You will not go to the refrigerator.
Sing, I put a spell on you, Screamin' Jay Hawkins.
Screaming Jay Hawkins. 1966. 1966. On TV. Remember the power we have of putting spells on each other? You're rich. With Alice Cooper. I ain't lying. Don't put it down. Yeah, where's those like buttons? Come on, this is bad. No, only I haven't. Smash the like buttons. Look at this. This is 1966 on TV. Screaming Jay Hawkins. I put a spell on you. I put a kindness spell on you. That is epic. Thank you, Screaming Jay. Oh, that's good stuff.
Thomas is from the Corning dump.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's see. I'll be right with you. Let me set this up. Oh, I've got a big kick out of that. I was looking for, I put a spell on you, the song. They have so many different versions. And then that guy's the OG. God, that was outstanding. Not the best voice, but the best act by far. Someone said Alice Cooper owes him a couple of bucks. That's funny. Okay. Let's get this set up. Okay. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ten minutes already. Well, gosh darn, time flies fast when I love my friends. Let's play this a little bit. Kindness store. What a great version. Usually knocking on heaven's door is all sad. No, 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 no. I'm almost going there. This one's like, I can't wait to knock on heaven's door. It's funny how we can frame things differently. I put a spell on you. Who am I? Who am I? My first and last movie were 60 years apart. Who am I? My first and last movie were 60 years apart. Who could I possibly be? I'm not Tom Hanks. I'm not Ronald Reagan. I'm not Clint or Heston. I'm not Betty White. Lillian Hellman, Laurence Olivier, Charlton Heston, Morgan Freeman, no. 60 years apart, who am I? Katharine Hepburn or Boris Karloff, Harrison Ford. None, none, none. Elizabeth Taylor, no, no, no. Sean Connery, Martin Sheen, John Wayne. I raised over $500 million for charity. I raised over $500 million for charity. John Wayne, John Boy. Charlie Chaplin. Hunger Games, Ariana DeBose, Carrie Fisher. Clint Eastwood, Jerry Kidd, Steve Martin, Paul Newman, Lakita got it. Paulie, Paul Newman, that $500 million for charities, the giveaway, Paulie. Lakita, nice work. Kill it. Lakita said Paul Newman, she's right. One of my favorite movies of all time. I love a lot of his movies. Cool Hand Luke. How good is that movie, Cool Hand Luke? Huh? I feel like eating an egg right now, just in honor of the movie. I was one of the voices in the popular children's movie Cars. I won several championships as a race car driver. He truly did. He was not just a stunt driver. He raced Le Mans and other things. He was an amazing race car driver. I have raised over $500 million for charity. The very first time I saw that Newman's Own, the very first time I saw the idea of Newman's Own, I said, this guy is a saint on the planet, walking on the planet. He literally used his popularity, and he could have put all that money in his pocket, and we still would have bought the stuff. I started buying every Newman's Own there ever was. I still do. I played the man with the barbed wire soul. My first and last movie were 60 years apart. And my last live action movie was Road to Perdition in 2002. Give me 5 thumbs up for Paul Newman. Give me 5 people that say Paul Newman's pretty cool. $500 million for charity. $500 million. I'm going to call that kind. I'm going to call that pretty darn kind. So I like that. It's a good card. I grabbed this one this morning. I said, oh, I wish Pops could give away $500 million to charity. I'm working on my first million right now. We're not very far along on the million, but we're working on it. What a good guy. Lakita, what'd you win? Lakita. You want an International Kindness Association sticker. Okay, for sure. You also get a Pops 10 pack. You're getting a Pops 10 pack, 10 pack, 10 pack. You're also getting, this is cute, the Solo Cup. And we put a little pin in it. Look at that. Now this isn't permanent. You can take it off and put this anywhere else you want, this little fella. But I was like, I got an inspiration this morning. I said, why don't I pop them in the Solo Cup, lid like that, that's filled with a bunch of supplements. These supplements came from Tygon. So we want to thank Tygon for these. These are coming all the way up from Florida to Detroit and now to you. Okay? That's pretty cool. You know what else we're thinking? We're going to throw this in there too. Let's throw this cap that nobody wanted yesterday. How much does it weigh? Yeah, Tygon is in Florida, Overjoyed. 1.2. So if Tygon can give you something, well then what the heck, why can't I give you this too? Okay? So boy, there's almost 4 grams of stuff coming out here to you. And it's only Tuesday. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of you in Florida. Florida's killing it. Lakita, this is for you. Yesterday, you guys did a phenomenal job of getting me your addresses. Therefore, everything got addressed and went out, and there were no confusions. Help me do that again today. Give that cap to a good home. Give it to a good home. That's sweet. Good job. You're welcome. JMC. I know she's a girl now. She's a lovely girl. I think she's in Florida too. No, Virginia. She's in Virginia. She's in Virginia. I know that. This morning, early this morning, Matthew Seliger. Matthew Seliger is one of our followers here. T crew member for a long time. And Matthew actually, earlier this year, came to the lab and spent a day or two here. We put him up in the little guest room and just enjoyed the heck out of Matthew. Matthew lives in Chicago, and it was about a 4-hour drive, and he came to the lab. We had a great time. And since then, exchanged real phone numbers, and he texts me 2 to 3 times a week, all the time when he feels like I'm not feeling well or something. It's kind, always looking out for me. This morning, he texted me. He said, Pops, can I do a segment on your show with my son? He has a picture of his son. I didn't keep it. Hold on one second. Are we live on there? Okay. I didn't save it because I don't save people's kids' photos to my phone. I don't think that would be appropriate unless I asked their permission. Having said that, Matthew, if we can arrange it, tomorrow is going to do 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to have my other phone with, what do they call it when someone calls you in live? What do they call it? FaceTime. I'll try to do a FaceTime and talk to Matthew and his baby boy. You should see them, they're twins. I promise though I'm only going to do this if 10 people here say, do a Matthew and his baby segment tomorrow. And then we'll arrange it. We'll make that happen. And Matthew with his baby. Do you guys want us to do that tomorrow? I told him I didn't have the extra phone ready today or we'd do it without even asking permission. But I'm writing it down. We're going to do a Matthew with his baby segment tomorrow. Right? So I'll have a phone and he'll be on FaceTime and we'll talk. try to take advantage of this platform so it's not just about Pops. And then some other people, let's do that too. We tried it with Kim. Kim did a great job on the split screen that we tried. We'll figure it out. We got to get people going here. I think that's going to be really fun. Matt, now there's pressure. Now you have to do it tomorrow. Okay? Now your idea of today becomes reality tomorrow. He just spoke it into existence. So, Matthew, you should see his son. Beyond, the baby should be in little baby commercials. Okay, that's right, Whiskey. Peer pressure, Matt. Just a little bit. Matthew, baby. And Matthew himself's an awfully handsome fella. He's a Gerber baby, overjoyed. Absolutely. And Matthew is well built, big, spends time stretching and meditating and all that, even when he was here. And very, very good looking guy. Super smart. So we'll be happy to have him here tomorrow. Okay. This right here, the next thing that we're going to cover is let's cover substrate formulation. Okay? Yesterday we talked about mushroom nutrition, and today we have time. We're going to talk about substrate formulation before we shoot over and talk about being impeccable. Okay? Matt, you're going to make our day tomorrow. Substrate formulation. Yeah, Nat, we'll get him to talk about that. That's a good idea. Did you see that? Matthew, tell us what your daily regimen on stretching and meditation is. And he's not a phony baloney, I can tell you that right now. He was doing it even while he was here, just to keep his regimen. It's pretty cool. I felt like stretching with him, but I thought it might be a little bit awkward. Substrate formulation. Anywhere you go, we're reading directly out of the Radical Mycology book written by Peter McCoy, and it's on page 217 is where we are. Gawkward, Bubby. That's exactly what would be gawkward. Anywhere you go, there is likely to be at least one organic waste stream nearby that can be diverted for growing mushrooms. Go find an organic waste stream, divert it, and you can grow mushrooms. Okay, that's a little difficult, but it's an option. It's an option. Some waste streams, such as hardwood, sawdust, and cereal straw, can be directly utilized for cultivating certain species with minimal additions. Other substrates may lack some of the required nutrients that we talked about yesterday. For these alternative substrates, the challenge is to determine their best combination, or substrate formula. They call it a substrate formula that will provide a well-rounded diet for a given species or strain and produce the highest yield. The process, now the substrate formulation we're talking about here is the actual soil substrate, not the grain substrate. We're assuming we've already have our grain colonizing, and now we need a substrate to put the grain into. The process of substrate formulation is governed by the nutritional requirements of the mushrooms you're going to grow. Duh. So figure out what mushrooms you're going to grow, and then you know what kind of substrate formulation you need to come up with. All substrates have their own average nutrient profile. Some plants form a relationship with nitrogen-fixing bacteria and have high levels of nitrogen, while other plants have deep roots that draw up trace minerals from the subsoil. They're talking about plants here, not mushrooms specifically, because we know mushrooms don't have roots. Cardboard has been largely stripped of its original nitrogen and mineral content. It's inert. The USDA offers average nutritional profiles for many plants, but these can vary significantly due to the following factors: soil quality, how the plant was grown, processing method, and the substrate itself. Substrate formulation is a bit of a guessing game, even for commercial farms and research institutes. In the last century, thousands of studies have been conducted around the world to compare the yields obtained by a given mushroom strain when it is grown on slightly different substrate formulas. For example, a given study might compare the yield difference between substrates that contained 1%, 5%, and then 10% Hulk seeds. So you're going to make 3 different substrate recipes, one with 1% Hulk seed, one with 5%, and one with 10%. The only variable in this whole thing is the Hulk seed. Such a study might conclude that the substrate with the 10% husks produced the highest yield. However, for the reader of this study, the conclusion should only be seen as the starting place for developing formulations for that species. So after that original study, that doesn't say, okay, that's the deal, and that's it. That's your starting point now. And now you can continue to tickle and trickle and make that substrate the best for the strains and types that you're growing. Even if that reader had the same strain as the study, it must be recognized that the cottonseed husks that were used in the study were grown in a certain specific condition in another certain specific part of the world. So even if I have everything exactly like you have it, everything, down to the gram, you don't have my environment. You have your own. Right? So you still have to consider it based off of your grow setup. If you're considering starting a mushroom farm of any scale, I started a mushroom farm. I started out with about 4 tubs. Now I have a mushroom farm. If you're considering starting a mushroom farm of any scale, it is recommended to take the research and development time up front to determine the best substrate formula for the species and strains that you are working with. Pop Flex, I did that 3 years ago. I spent 6 months being Mr. Substrate Formula guy. Tried them all. You guys already know my opinion on it now. I literally tried them all and went back to square one. So square one was perfect. But I'm glad I tried them all. I also really simplified my whole process. Nobody can make substrate quicker or faster or more in a home environment anymore. I have to move into a commercial building to take it to the next level. But all of the research was done, I promise. I didn't just dive in out of nowhere. If you notice my IG page today, there's a little tray on there. What does it say on the next to the tray on the description? It says test tray. It's a little tray about this big. We're growing something in that test. That's right, Slingy, it says that. It says test tray. I also have X amount of tubs going with a whole bunch of, you guys know what's in it. But does that mean because I stopped and I have a good formula and I have a good system that I'm not still testing? Once you stop testing and research and development, your business will die. There's a maxim in business. It's a maxim. You want a successful business, you must spend 10% of your time, minimum, 10% of your time and company budget, company time, company labor, company budget on research and development. What's coming around the corner next in your business? What's a better way to produce it? What's a better way to get it to your market? What's a better way to treat your clients? What's new in the business? If you're not always aware of that, they're going to leave you behind. R&D. And if you're not putting R&D into your own mushroom farm, about a year from now, you're going to stop being a mycologist. Your little business, you'll lose interest. And the mycology world's going to pass you by. This mycology world's different now than it was 2 years ago. I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, 2 years ago, you couldn't find somebody that would, you had to be like know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who's in the mafia. And you might be able to get a plate from them. Now they give away plates on Tea with Pops for prizes. You had to know somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody to find liquid culture. Everybody, spores. Oh, well, you can find spores. Some spores, people are charging $50 a print. It's $50 a print. Now we're giving you liquid culture, ready to go, clean, tested, top of the line genetics, $20. You need to be involved. You need to know what's happening. Research and development. Once you find something that works for you, that's working for you. Put 80, 90% of your effort into that. And then continue to put 10 to 15, 20% interest into growing. Or you will die. If you're considering starting a mushroom farm of any scale, it is recommended to take the research and development time up front. He says up front, I agree. I would say, and as you go along. To begin, use the substrate formulas offered in this chapter in Appendix H and adjust the ratio and presence of some of the base ingredients in order to form various proportions and create 5 to 10 slightly different formulas. Inoculate, incubate, and fruit these formulas iterations under the same conditions and compare the ultimate weight and quality of their respective yields. Also, do some online research to compare various substrate formulas that have been used to fruit the species you are growing. Lastly, consider acquiring or developing several strains and comparing their growth qualities. Which ones work best for you? Which ones work best in your environment? Which ones are you most comfortable growing? We have answers here. I think you guys already know my answer. I'll just be straight up. Yield's pretty important to us. Yield. We get really good yield out of the strains that we run. You guys probably already know. I run Pinus NV. Probably 50% of the tubs are Pinus NV. So we grow it really well. We grow big, fat Pinus NV fruit. Not these little stubby things that a lot of people are able to do. The second one that we have very good success with is Ghost. We like our Ghost, and people like it too, so it's very commercially liked. And thirdly, Thrasher Melmac. Thrasher Melmac. There's one problem. Our Thrasher Melmac grows almost out of the tub. There's a problem with Thrasher Melmac, believe it or not. It's too big. Sometimes one fruit is 1/4 ounce dried. Sometimes. And those are the ones I specialize in. Do I know the other ones? Yeah. Have I grown most of them? Yeah. But I don't grow them by volume. Sometimes my thrashers are so big, One fruit is a quarter ounce. That sounds great. But now, and just by answer the question here among us, if I'm going to offer somebody one fruit that's a quarter ounce or 10 fruits, same strain, that's a quarter ounce, which one do you take? The one with one or the one with 10? Sweatin says, I'll take the 10 bag. Which one do you want? Do you want the one bag, the one fruit bag, or the 10 fruit bag? Kim's going for the one. Angela's doing a 10. Whiskey's doing the one. Eric's doing the one. Hager's doing the 10. Tony's doing the 10. Over's doing the 10. Lad's doing the 10. Sling's doing the 10. Beth's doing the one. Sandy's giving anything to me. I would say 70% of us go for the 10. 70% of us will go for the 10. It's true. Even though we like the one, and one maybe once for novelty's sake, trophy fruit. But most of us, when we get a bag, we want 10 in there. Why? Because we're sharers. We don't mostly grind when we're going for dry fruit, or we just buy the guy's capsules, right? So that's my point. My point is I really believe, and this is me doing a lot of research and development, most people would prefer, I mean, it's still quality, still same strain, still same test result, but if I can give you more fruit in a bag, you like it. And my whole point on that is, that's one of the reasons we don't grow a lot of huge fruit, because it isn't as, we call it, what do I call it? Not bag worthy, but it doesn't look as good in a bag. So, I don't know where I got off on a tangent there. Harold says if it's all one, I'll take it all in one biggie. Okay. Well, you know what? Now it tells me I need 2 shelves at the dispensary, right? Here's the 10Z fruit shelf and here's the 1Z fruit shelf. So when we open up our dispensary, I got to have both available. Okay? My Instagram is fungi2u.2. Okay? Let's do a giveaway. One second. So here's an example. Here's an example. This right here, one fruit, I just weighed it right here. Of course, I'm taking the bag out of the consideration. This fruit weighs just a touch over an eighth, 3.5 grams. 3.5 grams. Many people, my opinion, you correct me if I'm wrong, all things being equal, give me this one. Kat says give her box away. What do you mean? Her boxes? Anyways, most people will take this one. Bag appeal, that's the word I was looking for, MVP. That's the word I was looking for. Most people would say, that's what we think so far. It's hard to open up a box. You send something, someone open up, there's one in there. One? I better weigh it. Better weigh the right amount. It will. Okay, Let's do a giveaway. What's this about cat? I'm confused. Cat. Pops, I don't think my form went through last Wednesday, but that's okay. My box too. Cat, I don't think my address went through last Wednesday. I'm confused, Cat. I guess I'm confused. If you're thinking I didn't send a box to you, I'll look. And if I do have a box here with your name on it, we'll get that out tomorrow and give it away if that's what you want. Okay? I was in yesterday's video. Yeah, I had it. I'm sorry that I'm getting confused here, Kat. We'll move on. Maybe you can write to me and tell me what I'm missing here. Okay? And that's another thing. Caitlin and Kat, I've gotten the two of you confused a couple of times. I apologize. I think I got it squared away with Caitlin yesterday, and now I'll get it squared with Kat. Okay? You guys are both incredibly sweet, and I appreciate you both here. We'll figure it out. If I owe somebody something, let me know. I don't. Anyway, write to me. Okay? Let's do another giveaway right now. When I get the address that same day from somebody, it makes it so much easier. Nothing gets confused. I didn't say you did that. It's probably me. Okay? Yeah, Terry, let's just email me on those kind of issues. All right. What am I? We're going to do a what am I right now. I kill an astonishing 97% of the prey that I target. You're welcome, Caitlin. I kill an astonishing 97%. I'm an effective assassin. 90% of the prey I target. Cheetah, a house cat, an owl, a bacteria. Oh, that's a good one. Owl, a loin, which would be a lion. Spiders, bobcats, sharks, and owls. And eagles and cats and bees and viruses and loins. And sharks and hawks and snakes and lions and house cats and falcons and eagles. And Nat just got it correct. Nat, I don't know how you knew that. Rahi did too, coming right behind you, but Nat's first. Nat, dragonfly. A dragonfly. My ex-wife, Royce, your ex-wife does everything wrong. Nat, good job. I had no idea dragonflies were that effective. Who knew, Overjoyed? I have the best vision in the animal kingdom. These guys are deadly. I have the best vision in the animal kingdom. I kill an astonishing 90% of the prey that I target. I am absolutely harmless to humans, despite a common belief otherwise. 90%, 7%, but they can't kill us. My nicknames are Devil's Darning Needle and Skeeter Hawk. In prehistoric times, listen to this. Listen to this, Nat. In prehistoric times, I was the largest flying insect with a 30-inch wingspan. That thing, here comes the dragonfly. 97% kill ratio. Best eyesight on the planet. Whoa. And I live underwater for most of my life. I love nature. That thing would, it's 30, here it comes. I have the best eyesight ever, and I have 97% chance to kill you. Man, that's something you better avoid. Who knew? Who knew? Dragonflies, I thought they were just cute little things on the side of the river or something. Not so fast, my friends. Nat, you're getting some Pops pills. Different blends. There's 3 different blends in here. Don't ask me which kind they are. I grabbed a bunch out of different bowls and I put them all in here. So you're getting a couple of different kinds of blends. International Kindness Association sticker. You're also getting one of those Tigons with a little mushroom fella in it. Nat, just when you thought that that wasn't enough, just when you said, gosh, Pops, Pops, what else could you do for us? Well, you guys have forgotten. We haven't heard too much lately about our extract. But I think Nat wouldn't mind if I sent her a little bit of extract. Right? I think Nat wouldn't mind that it tested out. So we're going to put that in there too. That's a half a gram. It's probably equal to about 3 grams of fruit. So don't smoke it. Please do not smoke it. It's not dab. Nat, I bet you don't give this box away. Running a little long, Pops. Let's get to our book, The Four Agreements. You know what I read? I got 3 or 4 beautiful letters. One came from Overjoyed on here. Overjoyed, lovely letter, thank you. I also got one from, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the gentleman said, Pops, I just ordered my 4 Agreements book. I just ordered my 4 Agreement book. And I was like, you know what, man? If he reads that book, and I told him, you read it and you practice, you will change your life. It's not pop hype. It will change your life. You start living impeccably and then follow the other 3 agreements. With practice, you reprogram who you are. You completely reprogram yourself from an uptight, anxious, I don't know, I don't have patience, I'm cranky, I'm depressed, all of those things, and it puts you isolated and alone and on a couch and feeling pain. They're all programmable away. Using the analogy of the human mind as a computer, gossip, we're carrying on with that. Why are we talking about gossip so much? Because the power of the word. I can spend the same time I use gossiping. Gossip is our agreed word for bad magic that we use, that we spell, that we create, cast spells. Gossip is the common word I'm going to use for those bad spells. They call them black spells here. I don't call them black magic. I just call them evil. Using the analogy of the human mind as a computer, gossip can be compared to a computer virus. A computer virus is a piece of computer language written in the same language all the codes are written in, but it has a harmful intent. This code is written into the program of your computer when you least expect it, and most of the time without even your awareness. After this code has been introduced, your computer doesn't work quite right, or it doesn't function at all, because the codes got so mixed up with so many conflicting messages that it stops producing good results. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you're beginning a new class with a new teacher that you've been looking forward to for a long time. On the first day of class, you run into someone who took the class before you, who tells you, oh, that instructor was a pompous jerk. He didn't know what he was talking about. And he was a pervert, too. So watch out. You are immediately imprinted with the word and the emotional code the person had when saying this. But what you are not aware of is his or her motivation for telling you that. This person could be angry for failing a class or simply make an assumption based on their own fears and prejudices. But because you learned to ingest information as a child, some part of you believes the gossip. And you go to the class. As the teacher speaks, you feel that poison come up inside you. And you don't realize you see the teacher through the eyes of the person who gave you the gossip. Then you start talking to other people in the class about this, and they start to see the teacher in the same way, as a jerk and a pervert. You really hate the class and you decide to drop out. You blame the teacher. But it was gossip to blame. All of this mess can be caused by one little computer virus. One little piece of misinformation can break down communication between people, causing every person it touches to become infected and contagious to others. You're a walking poison zone. Imagine that every single time others gossip to you, they are inserting a computer virus into your mind, causing you to think a little less clearly this time. Then imagine that in an effort to clean up your own confusion and get some relief from this poison, you gossip and spread that virus to someone else. Now imagine this pattern going on in a never-ending chain between all humans on Earth. The result is a world full of humans who can only read information through circuits that are clogged, poisonous, and contagious. Once again, this poisonous virus is called a mitote by the Toltecs. It's a chaos of 1,000 different voices all trying to talk at the same time. Mitote. Even worse are the evil magicians or computer hackers who intentionally spread the virus. Think back to a time when you or someone you knew was angry with someone else and desired revenge. In order to seek revenge, you said something to or about that person with the intention of spreading poison and making that person feel bad about him or herself. Done it. I can think back to that. And when I do, it's been quite a while since I intentionally tried to hurt someone. But when I remember, my gosh, I feel it. And I don't like that feeling. I don't want it anymore. I don't want that feeling. I can almost feel it coming up inside me like, oh man, I remember when I was intentionally trying to hurt someone with the things that I said. If you can connect with that and remember, you probably won't want to do it again. Not if you're working on being impeccable. As children, we did this quite thoughtlessly, but as we grow older, we become more calculated in our efforts to bring people down. Then we lie to ourselves and say that person received a just punishment for their wrongdoing. Yeah, I'm the judge. Yeah, my house isn't made of glass, but I should be throwing stones at people. My house is made of glass. When we see the world through a computer virus, it's easy to justify the cruelest behaviors. What we don't see is that the misuse of our word is putting us deeper into hell. Consider how many times you have gossiped about the person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. Husbands and wives do this to their in-laws. They gossip to their in-laws so they can get support against the person that they're living with. How many times have you hooked other people's attention and spread poison about the loved one in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It's not even necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all this poison and spread it to others just so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communications and our personal relationships, even those of your pet, dogs and cats. You will even start treating, JMC, it's so true, you will even start treating your dog and cat better. You think you treat them good now? Wait till you're practicing impeccability and only good words come out of your mouth. And you've reprogrammed and you refuse to get involved in gossip. You don't even let the seeds get started. You already know most of the seed planters, just stay away from them. And then every once in a while you walk around, somebody throw a seed at you, go, oh, I don't want that seed. It's not landing there. I'm not gonna play. Homie, don't play that. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. It won't work. You got Teflon, man. Last summer, I was telling you guys yesterday, last summer, this big attack, I just went back to being impeccable. In the attack, bounced off. You are literally Superman. Superman. In the Nietzscheist way. You are Superman. You cannot be hit by those flying bullets. You know why? Because they don't even exist. They don't even exist. It's not like you're have a shield. The bullets don't exist unless you let them. Unless you want to feel the wound. But this takes practice. And you probably have to go through a big thing or two and come through on the right side of it and go, I know how to do it now. And I can do it better and better and better. I know how to handle these situations impeccably. Impeccability of the word will give you immunity from anyone putting a spell on you. There's people out there right now. I'm going to say this. We're not maybe here at T, okay, but there are a couple too. They'll leave, and they're going to go gossip about me. Or you, or whoever. But we're talking about this right now, me. Do you think for one nanosecond that gossip will ever impact me? 1 nanosecond. Would it stop me from being here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock? You gotta be kidding me. I'm practicing, man. Matter of fact, please gossip a little bit. I don't mean it that way, but if you did, you're just giving me more opportunities to love you. To help you understand. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for the idea. I'm only going to receive your gossip if I'm ready to receive it. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from negative magic. Instead, it's fertile for the words that come from love, from tea, from the good mornings pops for the first 10 minutes of every day here, where we're just, good morning, love you, hugs virtually. You can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. Self-flex. I used to think it was a bad thing to tell you I was cool. Show off a bit. Be in love with myself. Oh, you don't do that. Are you kidding me? I love myself the most. I'm proud of myself the most. If I wasn't proud of myself, I wouldn't keep showing up. I'd be like, oh, who would? You need to be proud. You need to have something to offer. You need to be able to step up. You need to put your chest out. And this is what we do. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. Directly proportionate. In other words, the more you believe what you say, that you told the truth, the prouder you are of yourself. The more in love you are with yourself. The more you like it, the better it feels. You do it more. And then when it slips just a little bit, you're like, oh God, that felt terrible. I remember that ugly feeling. I used to live in that ugly feeling. Now I just barely touched it with my fingertip and I'm throwing up. I barely touch it with my fingertip. Oh God, get rid of that hot dog water. When you're impeccable with your word, you feel good. You feel happy and at peace. We do have to work on that part. The ego, oh, we're not supposed to be proud of it. We're not supposed to tell people I did this good. I'm a bragger. You don't do it from bragging. You do it from self-love. 90% of it should be so you can show someone else how to do it. I love what I did. I love how it changed me. Let me show it to you too. I bet you'll love yourself more and change too. You transcend the dream of hell just by making an agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I'm planting that seed in your mind. Right now, it's being planted. Whether or not that seed grows depends on how fertile your mind is for these seeds of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. Right now. It's an altar call. I am impeccable with my word. Not I will be. Just say it right now to yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Affirmation. And then from this moment forward, be impeccable with your word. Practice. I am impeccable with my word. Say it. Write it down somewhere. Put it on the refrigerator. Start practicing now more than you have been. Don't say anything out of your mouth that doesn't have a love base. To your children, to your mates, to your work partners, to the guy at the grocery store, anyone, to the post guy. It won't come out of my mouth. If you start that right now, I am impeccable with my word. Didn't say with your actions, because you're still going to make mistakes. Word. You start right this second. What'll happen is about a half hour from now, you'll probably, you'll go, gosh, that wasn't impeccable. Let me fix that now. Oh, I'm getting ready to say or do something that's not impeccable. Don't do it. Nurture this seed. Nurture this seed. Water this little seed. The seed we just planted, this I'm going to be impeccable seed. Nurture the seed, and as it grows in your mind, guess what it's going to do? It will generate more seeds of love to replace those seeds of fear. This is an absolute fact. It does it. My best friends here, I can tell you it's true. It just starts moving all the other stuff out and moving the new stuff in. Because that's what you want. So you can do it. Nurture this seed, and as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. This first agreement will change the kind of seeds that your mind is fertile for. There's a couple more pages in this. First agreement, we'll pick that up tomorrow. We'll run just a bit long, as usual, Pops. But this stuff gets important. Kind of can't stop once I get going. So let's do our final giveaway. Thanks for listening. And thanks for practicing. If you guys get kinder, guess what happens? My nation gets kinder. Pop's ripple effect gets bigger. More love gets put into our universe. Wow. And we're all responsible. We're all gardeners of kindness. We get to grow it. We get to be farmers of kindness. And how do we do it? What's our fertilizer? I'll stop now. What's our fertilizer? Kindness gardeners? Impeccability of our word. See, we create, right, with our words. So our fertilizer is impeccability of the word. When we speak, that's fertilizer. Who am I? Besides Pops. Who am I on the card? That's good, Lygia. I love myself. Sometimes that's so hard to say. I could talk to somebody, say, tell me 5 things, good things about you, and 3 bad things about you. The 3 bad, boom, boom, boom. The other 5, let me see. I have nice fingernails. Practice telling yourself some really nice stuff. It's not that easy. That's why you have to practice. Who am I? I was also an inventor, a miner, and an entrepreneur. Who am I? I was an inventor, miner, entrepreneur also. Right, Kat? See how hard that would be. Therapist knew what she was doing. He, she. I was also an inventor, a miner, and an entrepreneur. FTR, Terry says no. I once said, okay, I don't see the answer yet. I once said good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. That is the ideal life. Okay, I'm seeing Franklin, Philo, Westinghouse, Einstein, Ben Franklin, Garfield, James Cameron, Al Gore, Beavis, Edison. You know, that James Cameron's a good answer. That's a really smart answer. Carnegie, Rahi got it. Rahi, good job, Rahi. Rahi, kill it. Rahi, nice win for Rahi. It's Mark Twain. Mark Twain. There's a bunch of you got Mark Twain right after I said the quote. I once said good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. I'll disagree. I say good friends, good books, and an impeccable conscience. This is the ideal life. Number 2, despite having no more than an elementary school education, I am considered to be the greatest writer in American history. My books are banned from some schools. I was saved 9 times from drowning in the Mississippi. I didn't know that. I know he lived on the Mississippi, but he almost drowned 9 times. I was also an inventor, miner, and an entrepreneur. And I wrote The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. Interesting. We knew that. But I didn't know he almost died 9 times. Rahi, International Kindness Association sticker. Pops pack, coming at you. We've got inside here, this is Tygon Special, straight from Florida, with a little mushroom on the cap. And you know what we're going to give you too? We're giving you a 1/2 gram of extract. 1/2 gram of extract. Be careful with this stuff. Be careful with this stuff, Rocky. 1/2 gram of that extract. Boop. So, Rocky, if you can get me your information over at fungi2u.com, I will get this out to you. Okay? That's a 1/2 gram of extract there. So it's a pretty nice amount. Rahi, I'll wait for that information. Thank you to Pops, Peace. Be impeccable. Practice being impeccable. How's that? I am impeccable with my word. Say it often. You're starting to program yourself. I am impeccable with my word. I'll wait till you see the rest of this stuff. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being here. Same mush time, same mush channel tomorrow. We'll keep talking. We'll keep teaching mycology and keep teaching, reading and sharing this book together. Have a great day. Trippy Vic, Nitty Nat, Eric and Ladrand, and Catty Cat, and Trippin' Vic, and Nat, and Alex Bailey. That's correct. That's going to be one of the agreements, to do your best. Caitlin, EMT, and you know what? You find out the more you practice doing your best, the better you get at it. So your best gets better. Woo! Slingy and Lygia, loved you being here. RX, you had some nice things to say. MVP, overjoyed. Dakota, there you are. Trippin' Vic. Sandy, I love you, bro. Alex and Yakima, True Heart, there's that girl. Eric and overjoyed and Hags. Tell moms I got her thank you letter. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. Sling Blade, MVP, Alex and DJ and Penny Pack and overjoyed and Whiskey. Russell and Leonard and Kimberly and Aviator Dave. I'll talk to you soon. Kitty Cat and Terry Newman. I'm always glad when you're here. Alex and Laura Devine and Angel Marquez and Big J. You're handsome. Liquid and Trippy and EMT and Soft and Royce and Savagey and Rahi and Bubbly and Robbie and Jesusy and Laddie and Natty and Alexy and Jesusy and TJE and Jimmy and Whiskey and Mikey and Overjoyedy and Ericy and Harry. There's Harry and Willie. There's Will and Rustaman. That's my doc. Badgie and MBPE and Royce and Alexy and Overjoyedy and Free and Vegas C and Robbie. And am I catching up here? The Slick Kitteny. Meow Cat. Jeffy. Man, I miss you too, bro. Twitching over Saturday. Weenie and DJ and Big J, I'm hoping you're having a good time on your trip, bro. Kimmy and DJ, Pops, peace, love each other. Be impeccable. Ouch.